Ollie Ollie oxen, bitch!
Hi. What's good, peoples? How's it going? So, today is a special day. It is the very first of hopefully many D&D streams. So, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Slayman? Air, how are you? Alarium, what's up? PS4 Erie for the win. What up? You was on time while I'm here for once. What up, Zero? What's good, man? So yeah, today is the very first D&D stream. So without further ado, it's been quite a bit of I guess wind up and start. So I'm not gonna hold you guys for too long, but I want to give you a brief little spin up. So we've got 3 players currently. Raffle, Alarium, and Slateman are going to be our party for today, they've opted to take a job for handling 8-legged freaks, which should be a lot of fun. We're gonna see how it goes, what they decide to do, how it all pans out. I'm not gonna give too much in detail right now, simply because we're gonna do it during the game. However, it should be pretty interesting. One thing to note is, because I'm gonna be doing the DM portion, chatting with the stream is gonna be a little hard. Look at that handy dandy notebook. I know, right? Look at my little notebook. So you're gonna see me doing a whole hell of a lot. Bear with me. Try and, you know, keep me in check, keep me aligned if you can. I'm gonna be providing a view through what I call the stream viewer. It's gonna give you a player view of everything that's going on. And then to note that, you know, I'm gonna be handling that, the DM portion, the stream. I'm gonna be taking my own notes in case there's something that I missed or that I want to edit in later. Party poppers, those things that you blow that extend and sound like kazoos. Felt like death lately. Oh no. First time back on Twitch since the last stream of yours I was here for it. Damn. Well, I hope you feel better, man. That's no fun. But yeah, so there's gonna be a lot going on. I'm gonna be a little bit less interactive with chat. I'm gonna try and squeeze it in where I can. I'll be reading what you guys are saying, and I more than likely will just type back to you if it's available. But I'm not going to be as interactive with the chat, just because it'll be a bit too much, I think, in terms of voice activity. It's gonna be everywhere, right? I'll be talking to these guys, I'll be talking to you guys. I have to use different voices, different things. It's gonna be a mess. So I will be able to see what you guys are typing. However, it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to actually directly interact with you. We might have to do like an intermission so that I can chat with people or something. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so without further ado, our party starts as they all shall in the town of Aramor with the guild, the Steelgarde, which is a who's Mo's friend in the corner? What are you talking about? There's nobody in the corner. I don't know what you mean. What do you guys see? Oh, you're talking about on the background itself? God damn it, Slateman. You over here fucking with me. Hectic as fuck, for real though. So, yeah. Aramor is a friendly city. It is a city that everybody will get to know a little bit more here in a moment, but we're gonna start introducing our people in, and then we'll start with the game. So yeah, hang tight. Hello everyone. So what I'm shooting for is that we're gonna need like a brief introduction on who you are voice-wise, and then who you are playing, so that people have an idea of who's what. So I guess we'll go down the line. So Valerian, if you want to go first.
Hello, Valerian. And I am Victor Kraus, Monster Hunter. I am here to kill the evil monsters. Yeah, very much so. I believe that makes Raffle next, yeah?
Yeah.
It does indeed. I am Raffle, also known as Theos Wildspear. I am a half-orc Spartan. And you'll get into a little bit more about me as the mission commences.
And last but not least,
I'm Slatement, and today I will be playing Darvin Slate, the cleric, the very knowledgeable cleric of the goddess Slate.
Be quiet, boy.
I was gonna say you had to point out very
We
knowledgeable.
haven't even started yet,
Yeah.
Victor. Please refrain.
Okay, quiet, boy, no problem.
All right, so our Our tale begins within the city of Aramor. Now, Aramor is a very friendly city. It's very accustomed to the, I guess, multitude, the plethora of different races and people that, you know, walk its streets, due to the fact that Aramor has what is known as the Steelgarde, a guild that strives to do well and good for the people of Aramor and the villages that go around it. It houses a multitude of different people of, you know, skills and abilities that come from all over in hopes of trying to assist those in need and make a little coin in the process. So when it comes to running into people, you're going to mostly find humans within the city of Armor. However, due to the Steelgarde's presence and its influence over the town, the general populace is pretty well accustomed to the ragtag of, you know, just about anybody. They're used to seeing halflings run around, you know, covered in soot and mud from, you know, brawling out. They're used to seeing dwarves that are, you know, handling their wares right next to elves, right next to half-orcs, right next to genasi. There's people of all types and sizes that walk the town, and it becomes a very friendly atmosphere for just about anyone, which is why it has become such a centerpiece for so many people. When we think of the Steelgarde, we then focus on the few who started it. The guild owner, Lucky Ray, is a gentleman who lived inside Aramor, has adventured for a large majority of his life, and found the need to protect the citizens and create a guild that could then help those around it. So with his guidance and his friends in tow, he's been able to establish through the years this collaboration of individuals that now make up the Steelgarde. Some new members have joined. These new members are looking to prove themselves. They're looking to fill the ranks and, you know, assist the town and do what is needed, and in turn make a little coin, because who doesn't like coin? And that would be our current party. So now we've entered into the Steelgarde. That is where we will begin. Just give me one moment. Within Steelgarde's Great Hall, we find the party gathering together. One bright, sunny, cheerful morning. There's really the weather's great. The sun is shining. Everything seems to be perfect for a time to take care of a job. So with that, what would you guys like to do? You're introduced by Lucky stepping up. He sees the party gathered at the door and he says, "Well, good morning, everyone. I see that you're here bright and early. What can I do for you?"
Standing there in a black cloak and one wide-brimmed black hat, Victor, leaning on his cane, goes, "Why, good morning, good sir. I believe me and my friends here are looking for we have applied for a job. I do not believe... One second. Choir boy, where are you?"
Victor, must you refer to me as the choir boy every single time you refer to me? Can't you call me something else?
But this is what you are, yeah? You are a choir boy, you're a church man of the man.
I do not sing at the choir. All I do is study.
Very good, choir
And I
boy,
have an
very
acolyte.
good. Now talk to the man he wishes to speak to you. I believe this is your job, yeah?
Lucky, how are you, good sir? We have this here job for killing spiders, I guess, in the.
Oh, well, yes. You're looking at job number 7, I believe.
Yes, that one. I pulled it down. I wasn't sure if I should, but here you go.
Yeah, I heard about those 8-legged freaks.
Theos. It's lovely to see you. I didn't realize you were standing back there. So yes, guys.
I kind of like jumped because he was behind. I like heard him from behind, but didn't know he was actually. Since when were you standing behind me? Don't be creepy like that. I already have one.
I seem to sneak up on everybody these days.
Yeah, you're very sneaky for a muscle-bound freak, aren't you, huh?
Anyways, gentlemen. Some loggers spotted some spiders within the Shaywater Forest, and it seems to be causing them a bit of trouble.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but did you say lager? I'm very thirsty.
No, not logger. Logger. Woodsman.
You got me all excited now. What am I expected to do with this?
Anyways. We've had some run-ins with some spiders. They seem to start infesting the woods, and they're causing a lot of our townsfolk problems. We're unable to retrieve any supplies or get anything done within the Shaywater Forest anymore due to these things. So there's been a job request that's been placed in. They're asking for help to clear these abominations out of the forest. So if you think you're up for the task, if your skills may so, be required, we can definitely point you in that direction.
The real direction is, where is the coin around here for said mission?
So the coin has already been provided. The woodsmen have placed upon the job a plenty amount. Well, it'll be issued out after the job is completed.
I see, very good. So you want us to go and kill some spiders, yeah? Do you want us to bring you back some souvenirs?
No, Victor. I know that you like souvenirs. However, please do not bring anything back. We do not need any
Excellent
parts.
Souvenirs for everybody, no problem.
No.
And Victor
What
starts
exactly
walking
are we
away.
going to
He's
be
already
bringing
walking out the door.
back as souvenir?
Victor is outside the door already, waiting for you guys to catch up.
Well, I think it's rather impressive that he managed to wait in the first place. Lucky, where is the forest exactly? Still, it's to the south.
The Shaywater Forest is to the south of the city. Yes, it is due south, a little ways. It's not too far. I'm sure you could ask around and find somebody that could help you.
Very well. Worst case scenario, we'll just continue to head south. Thank you, sir. We shall be honored. And I proceed to walk out the door after Victor.
Lucky takes a glance over at Theos. He's still just kind of standing there, and he addresses to him. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, there isn't. I was just giving them a head start.
Well,
And I'm off.
good luck to you then. And he kind of gives you like just like a slight wave as, he watches the party stroll out the door. Every time he lets a group out, his confidence is always fairly sound, but any of the new groups, he always gets a little nervous just simply because he knows that they're new and he doesn't quite know what their potential is yet. So as you guys proceed out the door, you start to, regroup right outside the Steelgarde front entrance. Where would you like to go?
Okay, choir boy. I'm assuming you know the details for this. Where are we going so I can do the killing and you can watch, as usual?
Watch as usual. Whatever. Well, Lucky claims that the forest was to the south, but if there's any provisions that we might need, we might want to ask around the town, see if there's anything we need.
I see.
Yes, is there anything that you require before we...
I believe I'm well stocked for this. Yeah, it's not very far. It's right outside. We will go, we will stab the spiders to death, and they will be done with. What is the problem? Quit being a sissy boy.
We could bring some ale on this journey. No, maybe some water.
I believe I have a full water skin,
think I have
but I
a
mean,
full water
it's up to
special
you
as
if you
well.
require it.
I too have some water. I think we're good. Lead on.
You heard the man, choir boy. Onwards.
Well, then we shall proceed to the south. That is where the Shearwater Forest is at. We might want to talk to the loggers and the lumberjacks while we're down there.
Yeah, we should reassure the innocent villagers that we are on the job and they have nothing to worry about, yeah?
I will leave that to you, sir.
As always, yeah. I know, I'm a very good people person.
Yeah, that's...
So you guys are fairly well versed in the town. You've been here for a little while. It doesn't take you too long to start heading, south towards the different logging camps and workers. Is there anything you want to do along the way, or?
I have nothing I have to accomplish before we head into the forest.
Okay.
I just kind of want to be following behind, not so much closely, but like kind of distracted while I write in my notebook, like details about.
I guess we walk along, and you hear the clicking of Victor's cane as he walks along the I'm assuming stone path.
Okay. So, walking down the streets, it's again a very bright, sunny, normal day inside Aramor. The people are busily running around, handling whatever odds and end jobs and tasks that they have. Nobody seems to pay you too much mind. Again, they're very well versed and accustomed to travelers and adventurers that go through. So regardless of the type of ragtag group that seems to gather together, it doesn't faze them really to see that kind of environment or atmosphere, just simply because it's so accustomed due to the guild. There is a little bit of curiosity that some of the children in the street notice, due to the fact that as Victor walks down the street, he's in an all black robe, he's all covered up. However, he's carrying this staff, and at the end of the staff, each time it strikes the ground, it leaves a little bit of a spark and a flare that just seems a little strange. But outside of the children, having a general curiosity, it doesn't seem to change too many other of the villagers' minds. As you proceed farther down through the city, you start to get towards the outskirts. It's a little less busy. There's not as much traffic going on, just simply because it's away from the market, from everything. However, you can now see that the different logging camps are a little ways out in the distance. They're not directly within the city, but they are close enough nearby that when supplies are needed, a simple cart or something can be wheeled or hand carried to start bringing supplies into the town. Within the different encampments, you see several busy-bodied, lumberjacks and workers running around, just kind of handling their business and taking care of everything. Where would you like to go?
As we're walking down there, down towards the lumber camps, I want to get kind of inspect my two companions, get a good idea of their height and all that, so I can get a good idea of how I can strategize with.
You trying to inspect what?
I'm trying to inspect my two companions, their height, their builds, and see how I can strategize and place myself around them during
Okay. Are you doing a full-on investigation of them, or are you just kind of observing them?
It's just kind of like an observing thing. It's like a flavor.
Okay.
Well, choir boy, I see you staring at my ass. We can have some sexy time later if you want.
Victor, it's not your ass that I am staring at. I am just inspecting and checking your build, see what I can do. Maybe put you in the
I am
front
very
somewhere.
big.
I don't know.
Look at these muscles I have.
Actually, you're a little thin for what I think you should be able to do, but we'll see what you can.
No worries. I wink at him, and then I proceed to walk away towards the lumberjacks. Hello, innocent villagers. We are here to kill the spiders which you have found in the woods. Fear not, for we are very experienced adventurers, and you have nothing to worry about. Yeah.
You're still a little ways away. They don't seem to pay you any mind. They're kind of off doing their own thing. They don't seem to acknowledge you.
Very good, very good. I understand. It's no problem, no problem. I will save you all.
Victor,
Go back to work.
I don't think they
Let
heard
us go.
you. I don't think they heard you, Victor. You might want to get
They
closer.
are obviously very busy. We should not bother them, as you can see.
Or they just didn't hear you. We should probably approach whoever we think is in charge and ask them.
Listen, quiet
I'm sure
boy.
they won't.
What was that? What was that, muscle man? What have you said?
I said I'm sure they will not mind. Stop looking at my ass.
So you guys
I've been done inspecting.
you guys are looking for somebody in charge?
I'm looking for somebody who looks like the leader of like the loggers nearby.
Okay. A quick glance about. It's not too hard to see who's issuing the commands around. There's a stocky gentleman. Looks like he may be in his probably mid to late 30s. A small tuft of brown hair, seems to be thinning a little bit on the top. He's been giving a few commands out to different workers that are coming up and asking him questions or running about. You see him kind of outstretch one arm, and he yells at a gentleman that seems to be a bit lost, and he's like, no, not. Oh God, this help is just, it's not helpful. Go that way. How hard is this? Go over there. What do you proceed to do?
Very good. Hello there, innocent villager. How are you today? And what is your name, may I ask so kindly, yeah?
Hi, are you here to help? Just go pick that up over there, and just carry the wood.
Nine. You misunderstand. We are here to help you with the spiders in the forest. This here, I am Victor Kraus, Monster Hunter. This here's Choir Boy and Muscle Man. You see, we are here from the guild to kill the spiders. How are you this morning?
Oh, you're from the Steelgarde. Oh, outstanding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Yeah, you understand now. Very good.
Fantastic. Yeah, so we've had a bit of an issue. There's we've been having a run-in with spiders, and they're enormous, and they're just taking over the forest. We've had to try to change our logging paths with everywhere we go. They seem to reappear and cause us more and more issues. At this point, we can't send anybody in. Like, I can't afford to lose anybody in an effort
How big
to...
are we talking for these spiders?
The majority of the bulk of them are about the size of a small cat or dog, but some are much larger. We try not to stick around if they show up. We attempted to chase them off before, but all it did was anger them.
Yeah.
Those are very large spiders.
Have you seen the queen? The queen of the spiders. Usually, when you find the nest of such monsters, there is a queen, one they answer to, one who wishes to kill everything. You have to kill her in front of her king and show a great feat of violence to scare them away, you see.
We can't say that we attempted to find the queen. We mainly was just trying to avoid death.
Yeah, this is very smart of you. Very smart. Very good. You have a very good head on your shoulders. Yeah.
I have idea. We use loudmouth can man as bait for queen. Easy for Theos.
We're using what? You're having this discussion in front of the
Loudmouth.
woodman.
Who?
Yeah, so
Yes, we will use Loudmouth Cane Man as bait for Queen. We will take this journey. We will take this country.
Ah, the caveman is trying to explain to use myself as the bait. I have no problems with this.
Ah, smart as well.
Yes, you are both very smart. Now, lead the way. We shall go proceed to kill these spiders.
the logger kind of watches in a slight bewilderment, but he doesn't have any response because he's not sure why you guys are offering to, sacrifice each other. So he just kind of points into the general forest, not sure if he should help, and he goes, well, the last we saw them was further in the forest to the south. Yeah, good luck. I have to. No. And he sees another guy that's running off to the. No, not over there. No, God damn it. Over that way.
We'll let you get back to your work. Sir.
Enjoy your
We'll go
morning,
take care
good
of this
sir.
issue.
Okay, choir boy, lead the way.
I thought we were using you as bait, and I just start walking.
Ha ha ha.
That laugh, though. So you guys are proceeding south into the forest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the log encampment is, a decent size. It takes you a few minutes just to kind of meander your way in and out of all the busy workers, and they don't seem to cause you any problems. They don't question you. They did see that you took instruction from, one of their supervisors, so it made it fairly easy for you to kind of get through. However, there is, a bit of dodging and bobbing and weaving, and one of you almost, bump into a guy carrying a whole, armful of sticks and branches and things that he's trying to clear out of the way. And he's like, hey, oh, sorry, excuse me. But eventually, you guys make it all the way through. You come up to the outskirts of the Shaywater Forest. It's, very, very calm. You'd almost not be able to realize that there's been any kind of problems. There doesn't seem to be any signs or anything that gives you a hint of there being any form of struggle. So, what would you like to do?
We're gonna just walk slowly into the forest, just looking around for the time being. Before I just speak up, are either of you trackers of any kind? Might be able to look for these.
Do not worry about this yet. We are enjoying the forest, great view. Read that in it. Great country air. Take a walk, choir boy. It is good for you.
You should probably stay a little perceptive just in case. We don't want these spiders to land on a shoulder.
Well, all you have to do is open your eyes.
Yeah, what Muscle Man say? I continue to walk past Satan and into the forest.
Okay.
However, on the DL, I would like to use my survival.
You want to do a survival check to look around?
Yeah, very much so, please.
Okay, absolutely. Make a survival check.
That would be at 21. No.
Okay. As you glance around, looking for any form of sign or mark or disturbance in the dirt or anything, it's a bit tricky with how much foot traffic and how much there is of people coming in and out of here to chop down trees and clear sections and do their general busy work. There's a lot to try and kind of sift through. However, you do catch glimpses of 3 paths that lead outside of their general working area into 3 different directions. So you have a path that leads further south, one that leads a slight bit more towards the east, and then one that heads basically in between those 2 off into the southeast a little ways. It's not... The forest is clear enough to give you kind of a glance of what's down each path, but it seems to extend farther than your vision. So you would have to explore a little bit farther to get an idea of what's going on in each one.
I don't actually share any of this with anybody. However, I turn to Theos and go, so my friend, have you found anything yourself? Is it? Maybe? Perhaps?
I have found this here stump that I'm sitting on. It's quite comfy if you'd like to.
Oh, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. However, I believe it's our job to kill these spiders. Perhaps you would like to sit on the job, yeah? Very much so.
Well, I figure the longer I sit here on this stump, it gives the spiders more time to come and greet.
That is one approach, yeah, very good. Okay. However, I believe perhaps we should continue down one of these paths here, yeah?
Well, let's go down the closest one to where I'm sitting. So let's head down the southeast.
Very good. Okay. Sounds like a plan. You lead the way. Show us how it is done, Muscleman, yeah?
If I must.
Yeah, I do.
Theos gets off the stump and proceeds down the southeast path.
I just kind of watch this exchange with a cocked eyebrow, like, this is an interesting turn of events.
Do you guys follow him down the southeast?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Very much so.
So Theos, I need you to do we'll do an investigation check, just a general investigation. So to do that, you're going to want to do, if you look in your sheet, I'll pull you up real quick. If you look in your skills, so you're not proficient in it, you have a flat, oh okay, so it's just a 1d20. Looks like +1 from stats, yeah. Do you remember how to do dice rolls?
So it's just a 1d20.
Yeah, so you can either type it or you can use the little dice on the side and you're going to do... There you go. Okay. So, walking down the southeast path, it takes you a few minutes. You kind of, have to maneuver around a few trees and you're walking through. And there doesn't seem to be too much of a difference. You're kind of looking around. However, what you do see is farther down the way. There's this glint of something shining off the surface. It looks like it could be possibly a pool of water or a swamp or something along those lines. But it's very hard to tell through the tree line at the moment. So you'd have to go further in to truly see what's going on. Otherwise, from here you can't really tell.
Cane Man, you see that glistening over?
Yeah, now that you point it out, I do. What would you like to do about this? Huh?
Well, to my knowledge, spiders like to grow and walk around on marshes. So I feel we should investigate this area.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I believe you are correct. Choir boy, where are you?
I'm directly behind you, Victor. I'm just following along.
Very good, very good.
You are right, he is keen.
Now you're doing such a good job of leading the way. I'll just keep on following.
You see what I'm talking about, Muscle Man? He is such a sissy boy. But it is okay, because he is useful. before we keep him around, yeah?
For now.
Okay, so how do you plan we approach this, yeah?
How we approach everything, Kane, man. Fate.
You cut out there a bit. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said how we approach everything, Kane, man. Head.
Yeah, the cutting out is a very big problem with you. But I believe you're saying we go head first, yeah? So, Avidizen, let's go.
You guys proceed further down the path. It is indeed a large pool of water. It looks like it could be a lake of some sort. As you start to come up on the outskirts of the lake, it extends for quite some distance. Actually, rather surprising just how large this is. It looks like it hasn't been touched in a while. It's very calm. There doesn't seem to be any ripples or anything within the water itself. It's a very serene, very peaceful setting.
Does it look like stagnant at all? Like there's no inflow of water to it, or
Yes, it's very stagnant. There's nothing. It doesn't look like it has been, brought in from it. It might have just been something collected over years and years of rain and water. It doesn't appear that there's actually any source to the water.
I will roll a survival check to check my surroundings and see if I see any tracks.
Okay.
I'd actually like to do one too to look around as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Scheiße, an 8.
I too would like to check my surroundings.
Okay. To roll a survival for you, you're gonna want to roll 1d20 plus 2. Okay.
You rolled 2d20.
Yeah.
That's 2d20.
Oops.
So you're gonna type /r and then 1d20 and then plus 2.
Did you show him the dice roller?
Yeah. I think. Well, I don't know which one he's using, but yeah, you could use either or. So you could either type it like this.
He got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, it should be there.
There you go. Okay. So looking about, it is gorgeous. The scenery itself is just absolutely magnificent. There's not, with the current day setting being that there's not a cloud in the sky. It's bright and sunny. This is a nice little clearing in between, the forest. So the sun is just shining down into the water. Victor, you and Theos are just absolutely enthralled in it. You take a glance around, but the more that you're looking, it's just beautiful, and it kind of.
The scenery reminds me of when I was a child. It's quite beautiful. I could stay here all day. No, Theos, what do you think? However, it is making me quite a bit edgy for my childhood is nothing I wish to remember all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Why hunt spiders when we can lay here on the hill?
Yeah, very much so, Pooh Bear. No problem.
Darvin, you on the other hand, as you glance around, although magnificent, you do take in the same kind of scenery. You're looking for any signs of any kind of scurry or any kind of disturbance. You do see off on the left side that it does look like it has been recently visited. You're not quite sure from what at this distance. However, you can tell that there are paths that walk up to the lake itself that have been, more recently disturbed than that of where you came up at.
Is it possible to roll a nature check to see if I recognize the disturbing?
It's a bit of ways. Um, you would have to actually go over there to
Okay.
investigate. It's a little ways away. All you were able to do when you were identifying is you're kind of looking around and you saw that whereas everything looks beautiful,
There's some disturbance over there.
you could tell that it's not only visited by the path that you took, but it could be visited by another path off to the left.
Okay. I'm gonna like start walking over there very slowly. Victor, I think I found something. Come take a look at.
Ah, very good, choir boy. I'm on my way. I'll be right there.
I'm gonna walk to the direction of the.
Off to the left.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show Victor basically what I saw.
All right, y'all yell if you need anything.
Are you staying behind?
I am.
Okay. So
What is this you have found there, choir boy? What is this?
And share with him the information about the tracks leading up.
okay. So you guys proceed to walk around the edge of the lake. It's a little muddy. It's a little, damp, but it doesn't seem to give you too much of a hassle. You make it up around. It takes you a few minutes. It was a decent enough distance. When you finally get over to the other path, it looks to be a little bit cleared out. It doesn't look like it was cleared out by anything other than just footsteps and just natural pathing. However, it does look to trail off back into the woods, outside of view. It kind of goes up through the trees and disappears.
Perhaps we should follow this, yeah?
Anything you recognize there, Victor?
Let me get a closer look. I get down and Victor starts sampling the soil and the footprint. Survival check, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll make it a survival check. 21.
If you can, you see, this is you have to taste this. Come here, choir boy, and have a taste. It's good for you. Don't
No,
worry.
I don't believe I'll be doing that. Why don't we get Theos to come have a taste? Maybe he will understand.
I don't know. I don't know if you would like to
I'm
join.
gonna call it to Theos. Theos, come here. We're about to leave, but we need you to come take a look at something.
What is this I taste on my tongue?
I'm sleeping.
Ultimate Guts, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated.
What is this I taste?
So, you bend down, you scoop up a little bit of dirt and some odds and ends. Looks like twigs and branches, and just kind of a handful of mulch. Really, is what you grabbed. You notice that within the mulch, it looks like there may be a few droppings, a few things. You upon further investigation, as you kind of sort through everything, you notice that there are small bones. It looks like very small critters, maybe mice or, some form of wildlife. It has very distinct bite marks in one of the bones. It would appear that the bite marks in particular don't seem to be chewed on, gnawed on, such as like a wolf or something along those lines, but it looks like there was puncture wounds and then it was drawn.
Yes. As you can see, choir boy, I find that this might be the leftover refuse of spiders, yeah? Very good. You have found a very good find. Now, would you like to taste some? Yeah? It's good. It's good for
No,
you.
I don't believe I'll be tasting some, but I do pick up one of the bones and throw it at fucking.
You threw it at Theos?
I'm trying to get Theos's attention.
Okay. Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Is that going to be based off like dex or just a straight?
It says straight attack roll. You're not proficient in bones.
7.
7. Okay. You cock back, and with as much strength as you can muster, you whip this bone, and it goes
What are you doing? That is
far
unprofitable.
wide and ends up
What have
skipping
you done?
across the lake. You hear a tss, tss, tss. It gets 3 skips and then bloop into the water.
Why did you do this? What purpose was this?
Theos is asleep over there. I was trying to hit him with it.
Ah, he's tired. It's okay. All those muscles go straight to his head. He cannot help it.
Theos, wake up. We need to go.
All right. And I get up and start walking up.
Okay. You guys regroup back on the edge of the lake. The water, now disturbed, seems to have a slight ripple to it, but other than that, it doesn't seem to have changed too much. You see the path trailing off and back into the woods. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, Victor, you were the one who knows that definitely spider tracks now. Would you like to lead the...
Yeah, very much. I follow the tracks that I have found with my survival.
So you guys are following the trail?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay. You start to walk back into the woods. It's a little thicker. It's a little less traveled. You can tell that it's gonna take you a little bit to kind of traverse the area. However, it's not too terribly crazy, and you seem to kind of handle yourself just fine. As you traverse into the woods, as the path kind of thins out, the brush gets a little thicker. There's a lot more bushes and trees and things in the way. It becomes a bit harder to really tell where you need to go. Make another survival check.
That could be for me too.
Are you assisting in it?
Yes.
Then yeah, go ahead.
Ah, I believe that is a natural 20, yeah?
That is.
I can now find the hair on a flea's ass. I believe.
Okay. For Victor, no issues. Like there was a bit of brush and stuff in the way. However, you being a hunter, you are well versed in being able to track different creatures, different different monsters of all shapes and sizes, and spiders is not an uncommon thing for you. So as the trail kind of, got a bit harsher on the ground, you instinctively knew to start looking up. And as you looked up, you could see the slight punctures of where the spider legs, the larger ones, might have, pushed into the tree. You could see a little bit of webbing that was left here and there. You could tell that you are heading in the right direction. So you are just kind of actively watching everything and cruising along. Theos, seeing a very observant individual, has been, although not necessarily well versed in tracking, has effectively just followed you. He's noticed that where you look, he looks, because as long as he looks where you look, he goes the right way. So he's got it kind of figured out. Darvin, on the other hand,
I'm looking at my notebook.
he wants to get he wants to get everything etched down. He's very much into trying to log his adventures. He wants to have his exploits documented. So he periodically is looking down to etch into his book, and in doing so trips over a root and falls into a bush, just into the bush. His stuff kind of spews out a little bit. It takes him a minute to reach out and start picking everything back up. Do me a favor, Victor and Theos. make a just a general perception. So for you, Theos, it's just a flat 1d20. Okay. Yeah, it's good enough. So as you guys are, you're focused on your path and your track, you guys are looking and you're cruising along. Darwin had fallen behind a slight bit, but the armor and the items that he has was more than enough noise for you guys to hear this loud as he crashes into the bushes, and the bushes ruffle and birds go flying. And I mean, he made quite a bit of racket. But you guys did notice that he wiped out.
What is going on back there?
There was a snake.
Yeah, very much so. I understand. Snakes, yes, very scary. Perhaps next time the brave adventurer should manage to stand upon his feet and not his arse, yeah?
Was a snake on the ground or in your...
He's in a hole 20 feet underground. I could sense it. Leave me alone. I just walked by.
Do you perhaps need a hand?
No, I am fine.
Or two.
Yeah. Perhaps he needs feet too, huh?
Victor, he's making fun of your accent. You gonna take that? I'm trying to turn them on each other.
What is there to be worried about? It's an excellent accent. Everyone should have this. Your accent is so boring, yeah?
Whatever you say, Victor.
So you guys, after Darwin kind of recollects himself and gets everything back up and orderly, you proceed forward, following Victor's guidance, through the more narrow, dense portion of the path.
I'll be quiet, boy. Try not to trip this time, yeah?
It leads you into a few minutes of kind of battling through the trees and through whatnot. If you guys could make dexterity checks for me, just to see how well and how fast you guys can proceed through this. Okay.
Ach, scheiße.
It takes you, I'd say, the better part of an hour. You guys are having to push through a lot of the dense brush. You're having to actually stop and hack through some of it just simply because of how thick it's become. Following the path itself, due to the fact that the spiders are using, you can tell as you progress farther and farther along that you are following the right path. You have found a general idea of where they were going, or at least where they came from. However, they are all, using the trees, and you guys are not. So due to this, the ground is not as well traversed as you'd really hoped, and it's much harder for you to follow the path than you initially had realized. However, after about an hour of hacking and slashing your way through this forest, you come upon a clearing. It opens up a little bit. There's a lot of webbing basically all around you, all throughout the canopy above you. There does not seem to be anything on the ground. It is nothing but an open clearing. However, it does appear that where you're going is definitely heading in the right direction. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I suppose we should proceed forward, yeah? Musselman, where are you? What do you believe we should do there? They seem to be above us.
I believe we should ask Choir Man. He should be used.
I should be what now? You kind of trailed off there.
I said we should ask Choir Man. He should be useful.
Well, I guess we shall just proceed for the time being, and at least you were calling me Choir Man.
Yeah, as you can see, he's no man. He's quite obviously a quiet boy.
But you didn't see the snake he was talking about.
Ah, I see. Very good. Perhaps he shall join us for the sexy times later, maybe, huh?
Ha ha ha.
Sorry, that laugh kills me every time. All right. So you guys proceed forward. Um, the clearing gives you a slight chance to kind of regroup yourselves and get an idea of what's going on. You see that the webbing really doesn't give you much guidance at this point. You were able to kind of follow the puncture marks and the webbing and the the different trails, but within this clearing itself, it's everywhere. The webbing kind of trails from tree to tree. The trees themselves look to be a bit more worn and torn. Um, you could proceed farther east if you wish, but it's hard to tell which way they're going.
There's nothing that specifically looks like a path toward like the center of the nest or something.
Being that spiders have been primarily staying in the trees makes the path on the ground much harder for you to identify. As you push along, heading further east into the forest, trying your best to keep tabs on where everything is going above you, I'd like you guys to make another survival check. Okay. The webbing seems to trail in every direction, but you have a fairly good idea just from kind of watching it. You could tell, luckily for you, with the daylight and with everything being this bright, sunny, beautiful day, it actually kind of gives away a little bit of showing what is the thicker webbing compared to the thinner ones, which ones seem to be a bit older and maybe hanging a little lower, or already collected full of dirt, bugs, and debris, and anything that might have been snagged up within the webbing. So the general environment has assisted you in getting an idea that, okay, you are still on the right path. The webbing seems to be very thick here. It does seem to be a bit newer. There's less branches and debris that is attached to it, so you can kind of get an idea that this is the way to go, and you guys proceed further into the forest.
I'll speak up real quick to Victor. I don't see any spiders yet, sir. Should we perhaps take a stick or something and aggravate the webbing? Perhaps make them come out a little bit?
Well, obviously, you see, this is the broad daylight. They are nocturnal creatures. They are obviously hiding and waiting for us to approach. Yeah?
Well, that doesn't answer my question. Should we take a stick, throw it at the web, and see if we can't have them?
But obviously, we have to see how far this goes before we start piecing them all off, yeah?
Fair enough.
But I mean, by all means, if you wish to be fighting for the next 3 hours, we can always just poke it now and see what happens. It's up to you, I suppose.
You have a different accent?
I'm coming down with the cold there, choir boy. Do not mock me.
Just use your snake. Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna give Theos a really quick cold look and just keep walking.
So you guys proceed forward. You're noticing now that the webbing is actually starting to reach the ground. This is something new compared to where you've been. the webbing before has never, impeded your movement really. It's always just been above you. You could tell that it was used for traveling around, getting around quickly, perhaps to kind of expand on the territory. But now it's actually reaching the ground. It's the webs are trailing between trees or between bushes. They're starting to actually pack, very thick, almost to the excess of being walls. You have to actually start kind of maneuvering around certain things, walking in and out of them.
Well, it would seem we have no choice but to upset the spiders now. Ah, Master Man, would you perhaps put that sword of yours to use? We might have to cut ourselves a bit of a... We might have to cut ourselves a bit of a entry point, yeah?
Easy enough.
So you guys are cutting the webs?
Correct. I'm leading, cutting the webs as we.
Okay. So you guys can, easily enough, you're walking through, you're cutting down certain webs as you go. They're not too bad in terms of being in your way, but they are a bit a bit heavy in certain areas. It's as you proceed forward, you're having to kind of slow the pace down a bit to really work your way forward to get into this environment because of the fact of just how much webbing is here. You're not sure how many spiders or, with the woodsman's guidance, what exactly you're dealing with. But you can tell as you proceed farther and farther in, there's a lot here. This has to have either been done by a lot of spiders or over a lot of time. And the woodsman just never dealt with it because they had never made it this far deep into the forest. So, as you approach and enter this section of the forest, see if I can.
We need to take a second to realize
That's
that
neat.
we're just digging a tunnel. And as we
So,
converse,
he
Theo's
was
gotta use them.
forward. Where do you guys want to be positioned? So Theos was guiding, and where are the rest? About that?
Well, if he's cutting a straightforward thing, I'm going to be like directly behind.
Okay.
Yeah, this seems to make more sense to me.
Just give me 1 second. As you're entering into the forest, or into this section of the forest.
Real quick, I'm also going to take this time to cast a spell while he's cutting a tunnel through.
Okay.
I'm going to cast aid on the 3 of us to give us all 5 current and max hit point.
Okay. So everybody adjust your hit points to go up by 5.
That affects max.
Yeah, he said
I'm
current.
sorry,
Yes,
what
that's
am I?
current and max.
Current
That is
and max.
not temp hit points.
So if you click on your token,
So +5, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So if you click on your token, you can the red circle is your health. You can click on there and hit +5. Like type +5 and it'll up your health.
What token are you talking about?
So do you guys see the
Your character token.
your
Click on
character token, the one the little
okay,
raffle
I had to
guy?
Scroll down.
3 circles should appear, and you click on the red one and hit +5 on it.
Let's see if I can get the whole thing in view. There we go. Yeah, we'll zoom in. That's fine. Alright.
As we're walking into this, and we're getting deeper, my right hand stays on my cane, and I proceed to walk with my cane, but my left hand is resting on my whip at the hip at my hip.
Okay. Okay, hopefully that's good. There we go. So, how would you guys like to proceed? You could tell that the webbing here is far thicker than it has been anywhere else. It's actually starting to block out the sun, just how much it is between each of the trees over top of you, as well as inside. There's webbing that goes all the way from the top of the tree to the ground, these thick wall-like blockages of webbing. You can tell that there's a little bit of a clearing ahead of you off to the right, and then there's also, you could probably squeeze between a tree off to the left, but the rest of it would be battling through more webbing.
Then, okay, boys. I believe it is time we proceed with some caution. As you can see, the webbing is blocking out the sun, and we should start to see some highest activity, huh?
So the question is, do we go left when nothing is right, or right when nothing?
Very funny. Well, I will leave it to you. You are in the front. You shall lead the way. Just proceed with caution. Nothing too quick, no sudden movements. I believe we are maybe already being watched, yeah?
Indeed. I say we go left.
So you guys proceed left?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone make a stealth check.
I have disadvantage because of my armor.
Correct.
What kind of armor is my friend here wearing? Does he have disadvantage as well?
I have disadvantage as well.
Let me verify. So you guys know you have disadvantage already?
Yeah, I'm wearing scale mail.
Okay.
I do believe I am the one that will fuck this up now.
All of you have
A 4.
Disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, all 3 of you have disadvantage.
We are definitely not the quietest bunch, yeah?
Alright, Theos, Victor. Theos, could you do one more roll for me? Okay. So as you guys proceed forward,
We are not coming through here quietly at all.
you're... I got a little echo. You're attempting to be quiet. You see that there's a path off to the left. However, all of you are very well armored, well clad in this heavy steel, and it's very hard for you to be quiet. So you're doing the best you can to proceed. However, it's kind of like trying not to wake up your parents while walking through the kitchen carrying like the drawer full of silverware. Like it's bound to make noise. You're gonna have a bit of ruckus going on as you're walking around. You make it up and around the corner here. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. At one point, you guys bump into each other, and there's a loud clang of everybody kind of ruffling their armor together because they happen to stumble, into one another.
Scheiße! Scheiße! Shh! Shh! They will hear us!
Snake! I mean, man-child. Ha ha.
It doesn't appear that anything is moved. It's still very eerily quiet. But you are so far making it through the webbing. Would you like to proceed forward, or where would you like to go?
Yes. I begin to proceed forward.
While we're moving forward, I kind of want to be watching, like, above as well. Just
Okay. Make a perception check.
Call or Darwin?
Whoever would like to. Okay.
I have to pull it up. Sorry.
All right. So you guys, as you walk past, you're glancing up, you're glancing around. It's obviously, you know that you're in a tight spot, and so everybody's a bit more on alert. However, glancing up to your left, you do see something skirt past very quickly on one of the branches. There's also it appears to be some ruffling up in the trees ahead of you and off to your right. So as far as you can tell, things are very much aware that you're here.
It would seem to me that the trees have eyes.
The real question is, do we each fight one or all fight?
I believe this would matter on how the combat proceeds, yeah? I would not ignore the thing that falls before you, but perhaps focusing ourselves upon one creature at a time may speed up the demise, yeah?
I've been in this predicament before. Back to back is how we fight.
Yeah, I believe you are correct in this.
Darwin, do me a favor and do one more check.
Perception?
Yeah, perception. Sorry.
Nope.
Okay. Would you guys like to proceed forward?
Yeah. Forward seems to be the answer here. They do not wish to approach us just yet. I believe they are waiting until we are in their killing fields.
Okay. As you guys step forward, Darwin, without really, now that you're a bit on edge, you're looking around, you're unsure, you're a little nervous. Your leg happens to get caught up in the webbing off of the tree next to you. At the same instant, you feel this heavy, far heavier than you expected, creature land off your shoulder and take a bite. And I'd like for you guys to roll for initiative.
Roll for what?
You're rolling for initiative. So you're going to... your initiative is your dexterity modifier. So let me pull you up real quick. So you should see on the first page there in your core stats, it says initiative, so it'll be +1. So you'll roll, yeah, you'll roll a 1d20 +1. Add turn. Add turn. Add turn. And then I've got a bunch I gotta do, so give me 1 second. So alongside the large, this large brown spider, it jumped down, it landed off of your shoulder, and it bit down on you. And we'll do the numbers on that here in a second. But as it reacted, several others started to drop from the trees. There we go. Okay, so Theos was an 8. And then I gotta give all of these cats. So the surprise round will only be for the large spider behind you. And then I'll bring everybody else in.
That's
Okay.
a lot of spiders.
Yeah, you guys made a lot of noise. Alright, so first off, we're gonna handle the surprise round. So this large brown spider drops out of the tree, lands on your shoulder, and chomps down with a bite. So... Nope.
Scale mail for the win.
As it as it tries to lodge its fangs into you, fortunately, being you were kind of on alert, you're naturally trying to keep everything nice and close knit because you were trying to be quiet. So it jumps down and it chomps into your armor, fortunately causing you no damage as it falls off to your side. All right. Alright, give me one sec.
Cough, cough, Mr. DM. Cough.
Sir. Cough, cough. Oh, yeah. Okay. Appreciate you. That would make this a lot easier. So we'll do that.
So now the things on the ground and, you know, the rest of them have dropped. Can we actually see, like, how big these things actually...
Yes. So these spiders are, I mean, fairly large, actually. They are, the small ones seem to be about the size of a small cat, or a large cat or a small dog. The one next to you, however, is about the size of a horse. It is far bigger than you realize could be a thing. These things are, I mean, they are
The one
enormous.
that tried to bite me?
The one that tried to bite you, that leapt down on you, like I said, when it landed on you, it felt like you got
That didn't so
hit
much
by
as
a
land on me,
truck.
but landed behind me trying to stab me with this fucking...
Yeah.
You held a
Mandibles.
horse up. You are quite strong.
Holy crap.
Alright. Everyone. Yeah, you can. Alright, sorry. Catching up on chat real quick.
I believe, Mr. Muscleman, that we should not be surrounded here. So back to back sounds like an excellent idea.
So the first turn up is all the spiders.
That does nothing but surround us still, and I'm just gonna levy up my shield like shit.
That's 4. Okay, hang on.
I think 100 pound is still a little too.
Yeah, you were able to basically shoulder your way out of it, but it is a very large spider. It was a bit, much to deal with.
It's gonna weigh massive, like 300-400 pounds.
Yeah, it's a very, very large spider. It's standing, I mean, like, even on its 8 legs, it's looking at you like eye to eye.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna turn around, hold my mace, and hold my shield up.
Then it's Alright, I'm just trying to get everything real quick. Sorry. I should have had this ready. I didn't realize I needed it ready.
No, you're learning. That's the important thing.
Okay, so the spider next to Theos is going to attempt a bite attack at you. So it's 18 against your armor class. So your armor class is 12. Do you know where to find that?
I see my armor class is 16 base.
It's showing. Oh yeah. No, your armor class is 18. I'm sorry. So it just hits. So you take 1 damage, 1 piercing damage, and then make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
So to do a Constitution saving throw, it'll be 1d20 plus your Constitution modifier, which is 2.
It's 2, and then there's a 4 beside.
So the 4 is your passive. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm looking at checks compared to saving throws. I apologize. I did that wrong. So yeah, it'll be 1d20 plus 4. I apologize. Okay. So you feel a bite puncture into your arm as it drops out of the tree. However, as this wave of sickness kind of starts to seep in, you shake it off to no effect. So you took 1 damage.
I go ahead and lower my health. Right?
You got this here. You got him in the ways of rolling the dice. You say what?
I said I'd lower my health.
Yeah. So as long as you marked it down by 1. At the same time, the other spiders are going to come. One of them leaps out of the tree and starts heading towards Victor.
Ah, good doggy, good doggy.
Yeah. So it leaps down, as well as another one comes over.
Why, look at this, I am so popular.
I can reach as well. This one's going to move in the trees.
Seems you're in quite the predicament.
And this one is going to move alongside and attack. So that's 3 against Victor and 1 against Darwin. So that one will be 1, 2, 3 against Victor. So one of them is a critical hit. The other one is a 21 and an 11. So 2 hit.
Yeah, no, this is true.
So you take 3 damage and make a Constitution saving throw. 19. The spiders swarm you from all sides. You see them coming at you, and you just kind of, fend them off the best you can. However, they're quick, they're very agile, and as they slink in and leap forward at you, you can feel them piercing and biting into your arms and legs. When the sickness starts to seep into you, however, you immediately tense up and shrug it off, and it has no effect.
I've had worse hangovers, you fool spiders. Try harder next time.
The one spider that attacks Darvin, 17, that's a hit. You take 1 damage as it leaps down from the tree. Noticing the failure of the first one, it lurches towards the other side and takes a bite. You're able to bat it away quickly enough. However, it does seem to sink in a little bit. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
The poison seeps into your system, and you can feel just this nasty, sickness, come over you. You take an additional 2 damage.
All right.
Next is the giant wolf spider. Failing its first attempt, it's going to attempt another bite attack against you, Darvin.
That's a hit.
18 to hit. All right. You take 5 damage as the wolf spider steps and leaps forward again at you. Because of the fact that you're dealing with this other one, you briefly forget this large creature behind you. And as you spin around to try and deal with it, it leaps forward and pierces fangs through your armor into your arm. You flail back trying to break away from it. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. As the poison begins to seep into your body, you instinctually shake away and you can shrug off the effect. It doesn't seem to fully take in. You take no damage.
Cool.
So with that, it is now Darvin's turn.
All right. So, seeing that little spider run up and its first attack biting me, the first thing I'm going to do is swing at the smaller spider.
Okay.
It's going to be strength.
Hey, stream. Sorry, it's I'm trying to read chat and go along, but it's
8.
a little hard, so I've got to do a bit of juggling. 8. You swing, you cock back and swing with your mace. However, the spider being up in the tree, or as retreated back into the tree prior to his next attack, he seems to be a bit out of reach as you go for him. He's using the tree as a safety.
Then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon behind the spider.
Behind the wolf spider or the
one.
regular one? The small one?
The small
Okay.
spider.
What would you like to make?
I'm going to make a giant mace.
A giant mace. Okay. Let's go with this. Bloop. That's a bit big. Jesus Christ.
That's a giant mace.
All right. There's your mace.
I'm going to take a swing with
Ah,
that.
seems he's got the shake weight.
All right. It's controlled by you. All right, and you said you're making an attack with it?
Yeah, at the smaller spider.
Okay, go ahead. Make an attack roll. $19. Roll for damage.
Said that was a 1d8 plus my wisdom, right?
Correct.
8.
8 damage. And with that, the spider receding into the tree, thinking it's safe, suddenly this spiritual mace appears as Darvin clutches his holy symbol and mutters his incantation. It shines brightly above it and swings down, breaking through a few branches before impacting directly into the spider. The spider splatters downward, dead.
And that'll be my turn.
So we're gonna make you go splat. Okay. Victor, what would you like to do?
Very good question.
Actually, don't you be spilling those lies.
Yeah.
And the ultimate Gus, welcome. I saw that you talked earlier, but I was a bit
It's a lot of damage.
indisposed. How's it going?
My friends would probably not be so happy with me. 9. No, I believe the safest course of action for the time being would be for me to take my hand off of my whip and turn the handle of my cane and draw my sword free.
Okay.
That would be my first step, yeah.
So you're using your bonus action to unsheath your sword?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Then I will attack this spider, yeah.
Okay. Roll for attack.
Well, 1 second. The complications, 1 second. Ah, never mind. Yes, I shall roll for attack.
$23. Okay, roll for damage. $7 damage. Victor, who so far as the party has seen, has been this very brash, trolly gentleman walking around with a cane. Suddenly, with very surprising speed and finesse, clicks apart his cane, which separates into this very thin cane sword that was stashed within the cane itself. As he holds the sheath in one hand, he quickly slashes down upon the spider, splitting it in two. Dead.
I believe the saying is, it is party time, yes? Come, muscle man, come, choir boy. Let us kill them all, yes? I'm getting excited. I start gyrating my hips while I'm saying this.
I don't know, this big one might pose a little bit of an issue, so you might want to do whatever you're doing and help me.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do,
This is no issue.
Victor?
9, I believe that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Theos?
Now we are going to attack this spider.
The one below you?
Correct. With
Okay.
a speed.
Roll for attack.
That's just strength, right?
Let me verify for you real quick. But I believe so, yeah. I think everything that you use is strength based. Yeah. So you're gonna roll.
1d.
You're rolling a 1d20 plus your strength modifier. So it'd be plus 3.
It's not +5.
So plus 5 is for the save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, 10. Oh, I'm sorry. It is plus 5. I misread it. Because it's your
Yeah, that's
strength and proficiency. I apologize. So yeah, re-roll that. There you go. Yeah, my bad. Okay, roll for damage.
And that's the 1d6, correct?
Yes. So it'll be, let me pull you back out just to make sure I got you right. Weapons, you're using your short sword or your spear? I guess
Spear.
it's the same either way.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the same either way.
So just 1d20 plus 4.
Uh,
I'm sorry, 1d6 plus 4.
1d6 plus 4, yeah. Five. Okay. So the spider hiding up in the tree is no problem for one such as you. You switch from the sword to the spear quickly and thrust forward, piercing into the spider, straight through it, in a almost shish kebab style, and before quickly pulling back, leaving the body still slumped inside the tree branch, dead. Is there anything you would like to do with your bonus action or movement?
Can I move to help the man?
You're trying to move where?
To the right, to be in position to attack the big spider with the.
Yep. You can move up to 30 feet, so you could actually like go wherever you're going to. So if you want to click and drag to right there, okay.
And that is it.
Alrighty. It is now the spider's turns. Oh, oops. There we go. So the first thing is this spider over here is going to proceed to move inward. However, it's going to do a dash action to try and get between the two here. So it'll dash into here. However, it cannot attack at the moment. The two smaller spiders, however, are going to continue striking at Victor. So here's 1 and 2. So that's a 19 and a 20.
Yeah, both hit.
So you take 2 damage. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. 16. Once again, they swarm you. They start biting at you from all directions. However, as the poison seeps into your body, it doesn't seem to take effect.
Very good.
Next is the giant wolf spider. Seeing the new enemy that has come, slightly distracts it, and it decides to take a bite down at Theos instead of Darvin. It's a 14.
You are no match for my armor.
It lunges forward, but unlike the cleric prey it was originally going after, this fighter he's much faster. He's very much prepared for any kind of attack, and as it lunges forward, Theo simply bats it away, bats the attempt away and deflects it off of his shield to no effect. Darvin, your turn.
I'm going to go ahead and, noticing that the wolf spider turns away from me, I'm going to turn around and attack the spider that's directly below me. On the grid, at least.
You're talking about this one? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for attack.
Nine.
You spin around seeing the new enemy, swinging wildly to try and reach it. However, it goes, far too high. You misjudged its movement as it was dropping to the ground. Missed.
All right. What the? Oh, that was me. I'm going to use my bonus action to move my my hammer directly behind this.
Okay.
The big spider, at least, and I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Okay. Roll for attack.
16.
16. Roll for damage.
Nine damage.
Nice. So after spinning around to swing your mace at the other spider, you still clutching your holy symbol in your left hand.
And using my movement, I'm gonna move down near Raffle, or down near.
You'll take an attack of opportunity from the other spider. Is that okay? Yes? No? Oh, shoot.
So I'd like to know how much health
All right,
this spider.
my bad. I was muted. It's too many juggling. I apologize. So you spin around and attempt to attack the spider. When you miss, you still clutch your holy symbol. You let out a small prayer, and your mace spins over and lunges straight down against the wolf spider. It hits it dead in the center of the body. It collapses for a second and then pushes the weapon away, hissing at the weapon, which is the newfound quarry above it. At the same time, if you move, you're going to take an attack of opportunity by the small spider. Do you want to move?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Too much juggling. I apologize. That's the first mistake, man. I've been doing good so far. That hit. Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
17.
17? Okay. So you take 1 damage from the bite, however, the poison does not take effect. Alright, is that it for your turn?
Yeah, no, I was moving down trying to use my mace as a distraction.
Gotcha, okay. So now it is Victor's turn.
Very good. Okay. I believe I want to talk to that spider, yeah? I use a lightning lure on the large one.
Lightning lore?
1 second.
So if you could link it in chat for me, please. Lightning lure. Lightning enemy that strikes one creature of your choice. Choose within range. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled to 10 feet, a straight line towards you, then take 1d8 lightning damage. And you're trying to pull which one? The big one?
The large, yeah.
Okay.
My saving throw would be a 12.
Strength saving throw. So, okay. 1d20 plus 1.
Scheiße!
So it succeeds against the pull.
Okay, very good. Okay.
So you reach back and with a slight mutterance you lash out this streak of lightning that reaches from your fingertips and starts to circle around the large wolf spider as the lasso of lightning completes its cycle around the creature, and you pull to try and bring it back. It just doesn't seem to budge. It doesn't seem to take nearly the effect that you hoped for, and the spell fades.
Very well. For my bonus action, I flick my sword and it immediately lights itself on fire. There's a small twinge of pain in my face, but otherwise, yes, I have a flaming sword now. Deal with it.
Okay. So, and that's not the one that taps your health, correct?
That is, I just took the 3 points off of my health bar.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. Alright.
Yes. And for my movement, I move 1 step to the right.
So you're going to take an attack of opportunity from the small spider.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
That does not hit me.
It leaps forward to try and bite at you, but you're just a little too quick, and with a few high steps and a skip, you get out of the way.
I bat it away with my sheath.
Alright. So is that your turn?
Yes, that would be all of my actions. I believe I have nothing else I can perform.
Outstanding. Theos?
Theos provides a motivating speech and attacks the big spider.
What will this motivating?
I'll say, so what is the motivating speech?
Yeah. I'm getting all tingly in my pants for this, yeah?
We are few, but we are mighty. These spiders are no match for us. We will live and die by the sword, but not this day. Today we shall be victorious. As Theos plunges toward the big spider.
Okay. Roll for an attack.
And that's 1d20 plus 5, right?
Yes. 14. That just hits. Okay, roll for damage. Bloop bloop.
Devastating attack.
10. Okay. With this moment of clarity, as he more reciting to himself, it seems, than actually providing a speech, he's he begins to get into this focused state that just seems to almost hone into a whole nother level of himself that you guys haven't seen. He, still holding the spear in one hand, in a very smooth and almost rhythmic motion, leaps forward, and his stance is perfect as he punctures straight through the spider. It goes in between its many eyes and pierces back out through a portion of its body in the back. He, like his last spider, impales it directly through in a shish kebab style before quickly retrieving the weapon and having the body slump forward dead. Would you like to move or use your bonus action?
Would I like what?
To move or use your bonus action.
So what is my bonus action?
So your bonus action can be used for things like switching weapons. It can be used for taking a potion. I believe you have the ability to use it for second wind. Let me verify that just right quick for you.
That is a second wind ability, yes.
Yeah.
Just for bonus.
Yeah, from the fighter, he could use second wind, which is a healing ability. Yeah, second wind. And then you also have once per short rest, you can use your action surge as well, which allows you to make another additional action on top of the regular one that you could normally do.
Gotcha. And the spider in front of me is dead. Right?
He's dead. Yeah, he's gonzo. However, he's big enough to be an obstacle in the way, so he's going to stay on the field as a map, object now instead of as a creature to fight.
Gotcha. And I can't attack the spider to my left because it's too far.
He is too far away. So you would have to move over to him. But you can't attack again until your next turn.
As I see,
My turn is
Theo
done.
Okay.
as I see Theo stepping forward, I call out, I would stand back if I was you. I have something planned and it may hurt those who get a bit too close, yeah?
You're saying that as he steps forward?
Yeah, I'm saying that as I notice him moving towards me. I cannot be held responsible if you get that close there.
I'm trying to move it. It's not moving.
Where are you trying to go? You're trying to
There
be
we
right
go.
there.
I got-
Okay. Yeah, okay. Is that it for you?
That is it.
Okay. Back to the spiders. So
They disappeared off the turn order.
the spiders did?
Yeah.
You attached the things to the tokens, so when the tokens disappeared, so did the spiders.
Yeah. Yeah, it's whatevs.
We understand. We know that.
I was
we
gonna
know the
say.
technologies.
Anyways, they're still there. You can still see them. They're gonna bite you. Shut up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's good. It's good. Come, get close. Come
Okay.
to me, my friends. It's okay.
So the spiders are going to move. This one's going to move over, and it's going to actually strike at Darvin. And the other two are going to strike at Victor.
As my reaction for this, eyeless. What's it called? I don't know the name of my own curses.
Could you pop it in the chat?
Yes, I am going to do this. I'm just saying that I am doing it, so you are aware of this.
Okay.
Curse of the eyeless on the one that is trying to attack Choir Boy. Not amplified, please.
Enemy that is not immune to blindness within 60 feet makes a weapon attack. You could use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. Okay. So the first one that went against you was a 17. Second one
that
against
hits.
you is a 5, nat 1. And the one with disadvantage, could have rolled those together, is a 9.
That's a miss
Okay.
for me.
So I take 1 damage.
So
And I have to roll.
one spider leaps at you and you kick it away. The other one, seeing the exposed leg, leaps out and bites down on your leg. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. As before, each time you feel this poison start to seep into the body, you shrug it off to no effect. So you take 1
Yeah.
damage.
You don't even hurt me. I drink beer stronger than you. Ah,
The spider that goes after Darwin, however, as it scurries past you and starts to try and use the advantage of being, I guess, off to the side and less noticed, receives this sickly feeling, and its eyes become heavy and it gets disoriented. It can't seem to see straight. And so when it lunges forward, it just completely misses. It's off to the side. It wasn't able to truly focus on its target, so it had no purchase. Now, does that curse? Does that?
it fades at the end of the turn.
No. Okay, that's all I want to make sure. All right. So that is the spider's turn. Darwin.
Hearing Victor say, I would recommend you take a step back and not get so close. I'm going to use my action to disengage from this spider. Just kind of like take a.
Okay.
And with my bonus action and a word and a flare out towards Victor, I throw out a healing word.
Okay. So we roll for the healing word.
Oh, you get 4 health.
Thank you very
So
kindly.
Victor, you regain 4 HP.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. So next up is Victor.
Yes, yes. Now gather round, doggies. Very sorry, muscle man. This might sting a bit. Victor bites his thumb, pulls away some blood, and spits it on the ground. And in doing so, utters a few words, and the ground around him in a 10-foot radius turns black, and giant tentacles shoot up from it.
In a 10-foot radius?
10-foot radius.
Okay. Interesting. Alright.
I've to step back. I was being nice.
The dark hunger tendrils dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you. Each creature in the area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, it takes damage.
Again, that would be a 12. They have to beat the 12 with the
Okay, so strength saving throws for the 3 spiders and Theos. If you could roll a strength saving throw, please. Spider strength. Oh god, okay. Spider 1. Spider 2. Spider 3. Okay, so they all fail.
Mr. Muscleman, have you done your strength saving throws?
Theos, your strength saving throw would be plus 5. So it's 1d20 plus 5. 11. He also fails. Okay, so roll 2d6 necrotic damage. That'll go to the group.
9.
9 damage. Okay, Theos, so you have to mark -9 to your health. So as the blood splatters across the ground and he mutters his incantation, the ground turns dark. Everything starts to get this sickly dark hue to it, and these tentacles burst out of the ground, wrapping up around each one of the spiders and Theos. The spiders get absolutely crushed. Each spider cannot withstand the strength of these tendrils, and they just crush them and splatter them inside their arms. Theos gets lifted off the ground. The tendril wraps him up and slams him down before dissipating back into the ground.
I warned you. I told you to start back, yeah? I say stood back or you'll be getting damages, yeah?
That looked painful. You okay, Theos?
Choir boy is here. He shall heal you. That is his job, yeah?
Okay. At this point, the immediate threat seems to have subsided. There doesn't seem to be anything nearby. How would you guys like to proceed? We're gonna consider this out of combat, so there's no turn, order right now.
Well, what do you think? Does he think this was all the spiders we had to deal with? But we were sent here to clear them out of the forest.
Well, there are a lot of webs, so there could very well be a little bit more going on. I reach over and I put my hand on Theos and cast a Cure Wounds on it.
Okay.
He gets 8 health.
So Theos, you heal 8 health.
I very specifically don't extinguish my sword, and it can stay ignited until my next short rest. So
If the health is that 5 that you gave earlier, that stays after it's been depleted, correct?
Yeah, no, that's a buff to current and total health.
Okay, so then he's good. All right, I just want to make sure.
Also, my spiritual weapon only lasts a minute, so if this is longer than a minute, then it's gone.
So then, yeah, as the fight ends and you heal up your wounds, the weapon fades.
you caught me what I said before, yeah?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
I'm purposely leaving my sword drawn and not extinguishing the fire, and it stays like that until my next rest.
Okay.
Onward.
Yes, I believe.
So
we
how
should
would you guys
continue to do
like to
that.
proceed?
Let us continue then. I start to walk forward, and I'm using the shaft of my cane as my cane while still keeping my sword drawn.
Okay.
I'm following along behind.
All right. So as you go through the small clearing into the next little batch of trees, I guess I should say, or bundle. I don't know the word I want. There's a lot of webbing that is blocking off some portions here and there, but it does appear that it's clear enough ahead of you that you could continue heading forward without too much of an effort. There also seems to be a path off to the right that would enable you to travel forward, but it is up to you whether you would like to make the path left or right. What would you guys like to do?
We go right. Follow me. I know do.
All right. Very well. Okay.
Proceeding to the right.
I'm trying to keep more of an eye out, so see if we can't find any more spiders.
I'll place you here for now. You guys trying to stay about 5 feet apart? Looks
Yeah,
like.
more or less.
Okay.
Close enough to each other that we can respond, I suppose.
As you proceed to the right, it is wall to wall full of webbing. There's an enormous amount in front of you and around you. There does not appear to be an easy way through. You could cut through the webbing, or you could proceed around. It's up to you. You could proceed farther to the right, you could proceed through the webbing, or you could go back.
I say we go through.
So you want to go up and through?
Leads the way, muscle man. You are very good at this, yeah?
Theos, roll a strength check. 13. You put away the spear that you've been using and pull out your sword. This webbing is incredibly thick, and there's no easy way to just walk through it. So you decide, well, if I can't walk through it, I'm going to chop through it. You swing down against the webbing, and it seems to cut away slightly, but it is a bit of a fight. As you start to disturb the webs, a few more spiders seem to appear, noticing your attempt to disturb their home. Bloop. Okay, and then we're gonna do I gotta pull up one of these guys. Give me one sec. +2. Okay. So we're going to reset the turn order for now. So the spiders, seeing that you are disturbing their web, leap down. And leap down and attempt to bite you, as you are the one that is causing all of the commotion. So that is 4 spider bites. First one is a 10, an 8, a natural 1, and a 7. Dear God. Fuck me, spiders. Come on, dudes.
Can't do nothing to this Spartan.
So the
They see
spiders,
that big thing go, oh God, why? No, don't touch it. Get away from
the spiders leap out of the trees and off the webs and start to attack you. However, as you have just previously encountered some and are ready for their attacks, you proceed to, in a swift motion, block and parry as they leap down towards you. None of them landing purchase. Darwin, it is now your turn.
I am simply going to target the farthest spider from me and use my cantrip Sacred.
So you're targeting this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's see. I forgot how to. How do I link the spell info?
You click the dice that's next to it.
The cast spell button.
Yeah, the little cast spell button. There you go.
Description. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you gotta have the description. Yeah,
There
there
you
you go. Instant 60 feet. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. So what is your spell DC?
13, sir.
13. Okay. So dexterity saving throw. 13. You said it was 13?
Yeah, it is 13.
So that hits. So roll 1d8.
6.
All right. So with that, you reach up, you grab your holy symbol, and a brief bit of fire seems to streak out of the sky and land on top of this spider. It curls up and screams in pain before collapsing to the ground dead.
That's my turn.
Okay. Next is Victor.
Yeah, okay. I step forward. And now I proceed to attack this spider to the right of me. With
Okay.
my sword, my flaming sword, my sword of fire.
Make an attack roll. $15. Roll for damage. One d6, 1d4. Oh, okay. Sword, fire,
Dex.
dex. Okay. So, with a swift swing downwards in a slightly arcing motion, you. And the spider almost doesn't react. It doesn't seem to notice. And then suddenly it slides in half. Dead.
Then with my bonus action, I whack the other one on the head with my sheath.
Okay. Roll for
The
attack.
offhanded attack. Let me just double check if I'm rolling this right.
I think because you were proficient, you don't lose anything.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Yep.
good.
Yeah, you're proficient in it, so you just swing it like you would your regular weapon. 10 damage. So after swinging down through this first spider, you spin
that was
around.
that was the attack roll.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's just simply because I looked at the numbers of what you can do compared to the health of the spider. You're going to kill it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So after swinging through the spider, you spin around, and with the sheath, using your momentum, swing back and hit it square across the top of his head. The body collapses, the head crushes in, and it falls to the ground dead.
Very good.
Yeah, when I pulled up your stuff, I was like, oh yeah, no, he's gonna kill it. All right, Theos, it is now your turn. A 6.
That's natural one.
You
Scary.
still having your sword out from having to battle through the webs. You see the spider on the other side. You try to lunge forward to reach for it. However, you didn't clear the webbing as much as you had originally noticed, and it seems to hang you up a little bit. It's restraining you slightly, and your attack does not land purchase.
All right, I wish to use my bonus.
You wish to use your bonus to what?
My bonus attack.
Okay. Swing again. 13. Roll for damage. And with that, you, frustrated, muscle your way out of the webbing, refusing to let this small creature take the best of you, even if a couple of stupid webs have gotten in your way. And you swing down again and slice through the spider, killing it. Alrighty. And with that, you've cleared out those groups of spiders. It takes you a moment to finish chopping through the rest of the webbing to get the rest of the party through. However, you do step forward and successfully get through the webbing. Immediately upon getting through this webbing, you see another set of very large webbing off to your right, and a clear path that seems to take you back towards where you were originally, off to your left. Which way would you like to go?
You say, fellas, do you trust me to get through this web?
Yeah, you're doing a great job, muscle boy. You're doing great. Keep going, keep going.
Let's make a strength check. So for a check, it'll be a +3. There you go.
Even better. Like butter.
So
While he's chopping through, I'm gonna mention up to the party, hey, I'm about to do something, see if I can't get more spiders out. And I cast my thaumaturgy cantrip up here to give like a firecracker sound. See if I can't pull more spiders.
you okay. Could you link the spell real quick? Stream viewer needs moved. Oh, my bad. There you go. Sorry about that, Zero. Okay. Duration up to a minute. A minor wonder, a sign of a supernatural power from within range. You create one of the following magical effects. You're doing the flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color.
No, I'm trying to do like a
Instantaneous.
firecracker sound.
You're trying to make just a sound.
Basically, just a small crack sound off in the like not too far away. See if I can't lure more spiders.
Rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous. So you're just trying to make crackling sounds.
Basically.
Okay. From over here.
Yeah, right there.
I recommend you do it.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So, as Theos is chopping through this webbing, now that he's kind of gotten a better idea of how this stuff is all intertwined, and this doesn't seem to be nearly as thick as the last one, he is very easily able to slice through without a problem. As he's doing so, Darwin reaches up, clutches his holy symbol again, and mutters a small cantrip, which then causes a small section of the clearing off to your left to start crackling and popping and making these loud noises. In doing so,
Scheiße! Ach, next time warn me, choir boy.
I did warn you all.
in
What are
doing
you
so,
talking about?
several creatures seem to take notice of your presence, and as such, start leaping and moving out of the trees in your general direction. One of which is a very, very large spider. It's the biggest of the ones you've seen so far. It, unlike the other ones that have been kind of black or brownish in color, this one is a sickly forest green. It is far larger than the others, and it appears like the others are either working for or with it, because they all seem to immediately take up positions to defend it as they approach.
Well, you have succeeded, Mr. Choir Boy.
Here we are, more
Now,
things
how's
for you
your
to
fun?
kill.
In the direction where
Oh,
you let off
right.
your firecracker, a wolf spider and several other smaller spiders appear.
I will I will acquiesce to you, Mr. Choir Boy. This is obviously all your fun, yeah?
There we go.
I just figured you might want some more entertainment.
All right. So let me roll for more spiders than I expected initiative. Like, that's a shit. Okay.
We make you work, DM.
Plus 2. 21. Turn 21. Okay. Plus 3 for you, 13. And then Le Queen. Another plus 3. 20. Oh shit. Okay.
I was trying to say that they're the boss.
Huh?
I think they're trying to claim that they are definitely the boss.
All right.
Well, we wouldn't have found it if this prick hadn't light on fire.
I'm with the you pulled it, you tanked it approach.
All right, hang on. So. Three. I should have had this. I apologize. Give me one sec. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. I'm sorry. So, first thing I want to check. So, the queen spider in the back slowly kind of lurches out of the tree. Unlike the other spiders you've encountered so far, this one is enormous, and it also seems to be a bit more cautious than to leap at you like the other spiders you've dealt with. Upon seeing the Spartan up in the front, it leans down and sprays a web in your direction that seems to be all encompassing, this huge amount going up over the tree and towards you. I need you to make a strength saving throw, Theos. (23). You see this thing spraying out from over the trees towards you, and you raise up your shield. It, fortunately, with the amount of current webbing and tree line around you, it seems to mostly get hung up, but it doesn't land purchase as much as it had wanted to, and you escape the webbing. Next is damn laugh. The next is the spider's turns. This one will move forward into the tree here. This one is going to move down here to try and bite you. This one as well. Oops. And then this one is going to move into the tree over here. So there are going to be 2 spiders that lunge at you, each attempting to bite you, Theos. So they're going to make 2 attacks. One for 15, the other for 12. So as they lunge forward at you, you're now, at this point, you're feeling well versed. You are not concerned whatsoever. These things leap out of the trees at you, and you raise your shield, batting one away, and using your sword to effectively slap one out of the sky. Neither of them land purchase.
Get that shit out of here, boy!
I kind of just turn around. Where did that come from?
Next is the wolf spider's turn. It leaps out of the tree, lunging forward, and attempts a bite attack at Darvin.
Missed.
Missed.
I'm at 15.
The large wolf spider leaping out of the tree gives you enough of a heads up that you turn and dive out of the way, narrowly avoiding this huge creature as it bears down upon you. You quickly stand up and shake yourself off, but fortunately it did not land purchase. Darwin, it is now your turn.
I am going to use my 3rd level 1 spell to use an inflict wounds against the big spider in front.
Okay. You said that's your 3rd?
That's my 3rd level 1 spell, yes.
How many do you get total?
I get a total of 4.
4, okay.
$20.
20, that'll hit. And what's the spell? Could you drop it in chat for me, please?
Sir, 1 second.
Outstanding. Make a melee spell attack on hit, 3d10 necrotic damage. Okay, so roll for damage.
21.
21. Good lordy. All right. As you scramble out of the dirt to get yourself back up, you notice that next to you, the spider being kind of sprawled out from its leap, one of its legs is relatively close. So as you start to get up, you actually reach over and grab its leg. The other hand holding your holy symbol, you mutter quickly to yourself, and this infectious wound, this nasty pussy just starts crawling up its leg. The spider reels back trying to pull away from you, but you hold strong. As it crawls up through its body, you begin to see the body start to just fester and ooze, and as if it were dying from the inside out. It goes all the way through its entire body before the spider, reeling back from you, can't seem to get away fast enough, and the spell takes a hold and tears it down to its very core, and it collapses dead.
Trying to bite me, go away.
Very impressive, choir boy. Perhaps I will invite you for the sexy times later, yes?
I'm not so sure I would agree to that. Let's deal with
You
these
too
spiders
must
first.
see his name.
Alright, so that was your action.
That was my action.
Would you like to move or use your bonus action?
For the time being, I think I'll hold.
Stay here? Okay.
Yes, sir. That'll be my turn.
Victor, it is now your turn.
Very good, very good. Hmm. What would my friends here say about perhaps lighting the forest on fire? Yes? It would help us with the spider situation.
It might also hinder us. We're surrounded by a lot of webs.
Yeah, but I mean, fire is never a bad thing when you're fighting the evils, yeah?
If you barbecue my asshole again, we're gonna have some.
Very well, very well. No
Sai,
need to
welcome
get
to the
all
channel.
touchy. Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
little tricky for me to talk to chat as
I
well,
believe
but I do see
I
you there.
will point out my sword
We
at
can
the
get
spider
you
to the right
situated
of
to
me, far
join.
over there, yeah, and focus my energies through it and shoot out a beam of energy. I will use Eldritch Blast upon it. Yeah.
Okay, and you're shooting which one?
1 second. Because I cannot use my mouse on my PlayStation screen. 1 second. Yeah, fast one. Over there.
Over there. Okay. Could you link the spell in, please? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
Beam of crackling energy streaks towards the creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack. Okay. Make a ranged spell attack for me, please.
Yes.
Mm, 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 16. Roll for damage. Was 7 damage. Okay, so holding the sword back behind you, you reach out with your other hand. You place the sheath within your belt right quick so that you had the available hand to.
The sword, it focuses it through the sword. My
Oh,
sword
does it go through?
activates
Okay,
spell
okay.
focus. Yeah. As long as I have the blood right and set it on fire, it acts as my spell focus.
Oh, outstanding. Okay. Well, belay my last. God, okay. Placing the sheath behind you and using the sword to direct forward, you point at the spider that you see sitting in the trees. A small spark and crackle emerges, this beam of energy out of your sword that streaks straight through all the branches and with pinpoint accuracy drives straight into the spider. It squeaks and squeals as it spins backwards, searing itself as it falls out of the tree dead.
Look at this quiet boy. All I would need is a green hat, and I could be a little elf boy running through the fire, shooting beams from my sword. Yeah,
Is that a reference from a book you've read or something?
something like that. Yeah, very close.
I'll have to borrow this book. Sounds like a fun book.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, I believe I will step to my right one square, 5 feet.
Okay.
And then I believe that is the end of my turn, yeah.
Okay. Theos?
Do I have a whirlwind ability where I can hit multiple at once?
No, sir, you do not.
That is quite unfortunate for these spiders.
But very fortunate for me, I believe, yeah.
You do have an action surge, which would allow you to attack twice. So you make 2 actions basically. But there's no real, you don't have like a whirlwind attack.
All right, so we're going for the spider right in front of.
Directly in front of you. Okay. 15. Roll for damage. Or I'm sorry, 20. Excuse me. Roll for damage. Okay. Is this with your sword? Yeah, because you're cutting through the webs. So,
Yeah.
the spider that leapt down in front of you, you parried them both off. As it landed in front of you, it lurked back to get ready to spring at you again. But you were much faster than it realized, and quickly lunging forward and with a sweeping motion, you slice straight through the spider, cutting it directly in the face, right across, and effectively slicing its head in 2. It collapses to the ground dead.
And then for my second move, we're gonna go towards.
So if you move past the other spider, it'll get an attack of opportunity on you. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. It's 21. So it hits. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Which is plus.
Your Constitution. Yeah, you have proficiency, so it's +4. Okay. So the spider, as you try to run past it, the spider jumps out and bites and chomps down into your leg. You reach down and with your shield bash it atop the head to push it off of you. However, you do suffer 1 point of damage. As the poison starts to seep into your body, just the sheer Spartan force of will is enough to be like, this is nothing, and you shrug off the effect. All right, is that it for you?
That is.
You moved from here. You could actually move another 10 feet. So you can move to like here if you wanted, or yeah, about there.
That's good.
Okay. All right. It's the giant spider's turn again. First off, it is. Let me check one thing. One thing. I do these real quick. Nope. Okay. So the giant spider, seeing you stepping forward, is going to leap down into the clearing right here. As it lands, it's going to shift with an uncanny speed, push off one of the trees, and lunge towards you to make a bite attack. $15. So as it leaps out of the tree, it kind of takes you back. It's much bigger than it appeared inside the tree. It is enormous. It is this massive creature. And instinctually, you realize that, oh, it's coming. And you reach up, and just in the nick of time, as you put the shield up, it slams into the shield, sending you back, almost knocking you off your feet with just the sheer power that it has. You fortunately caught it within the shield, but this is a big guy. This is a big spider.
I'm these shields, boys!
Yeah, exactly. All right, it is now the spider's turn. So this spider over here is going to leap out of the tree, and it's going to head towards Darvin. The other one is going to step down and head towards Victor. So they are going to make 2 bite attacks at you. This is for Darvin. And the next one is for Victor.
Was it 15 that hits?
15 and an 8. So the one that attacks Victor, it takes a step forward and it lunges. However, when it makes its attempt towards you, you simply, because you saw it coming, you were a bit more prepared, and you sidestep and use your sheath of your hand to push it out of the way, deflecting it from, landing and keeping yourself safe.
Yeah, try again, little puppy. Not this time.
For the other one, however, leaping out of the tree towards Darwin, it catches you by surprise, landing a bite. Make a Constitution saving throw. 11. The poison takes no effect. I'll worry about that later. All right. So you take 1 damage from the bite as it chomps down into your arm. You throw it off of your body, and then, you know, glare at it menacingly as it stares down upon you. Darwin, it's your turn.
So I'm going to go ahead and attack it with my mace.
Okay. Roll for attack. 19. Roll for damage.
Four.
4 damage. With a look of sheer frustration, as you shrug off the spider that bit your arm, you glare down upon it, and in the same motion of flinging it off with your left arm, you're taking your right hand to swing down upon it with your mace, smashing through one of its legs into the side of its body. You hear this crunch and crumple as the body effectively molds slightly around your mace with the impact, and then collapses into the ground dead. Would you like to move or use your bonus action?
I'm going to move up side by side with Victor around the around.
Okay. So you have 30 feet that you can move.
That's all I'll do for now.
Let's just move over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Victor, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Very good, very good. I believe I will use the first part of my move, because you can move it 2 separate.
Flying fuck.
What? There are flying foxes as well. I wish to kill them too, if there are.
Yeah, we gotta work on that. Alright.
What happened?
Okay. We'll finish this and then I'll deal with that later.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, as I'm going to not use all of my move in one shot, I will take my character and I will move 10 feet to the right. Beneath the tree, I suppose, yeah?
So I'm gonna treat the base of the tree here. Sorry, here.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So
very
you'd
well,
be
then I will
walking
move-
into the tree.
Then I will move northwards, yeah.
Okay.
Staying within the spider's range, I'm moving here, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Then I will use my action to attack the spider with my sword.
Okay, roll for attack. $13, roll for damage. $8 damage. A quick sidestep and move around the spider enables you to make a quick stab straight through its back and into its torso. You puncture straight through it and slay it right there. Dead.
Burn, you evil spider. Yeah. And then, I will finish the rest of my movement. As I've only moved, what, I would say 10 feet, yeah?
Yeah, just about.
Flank it from behind.
Yeah, I believe that is a good idea. Yeah. Was that was that my full move? I think I got it all. One more square.
Yeah, you could
perhaps?
move one more square if you like.
Very good. That would be the end of my turn. Yeah. I don't know. Would I? Your call. Would I be able to use my bonus action now as my offhand attack or no?
I would say, because you're switching targets, I'd say no.
Very well.
So that would be it for you. Theos, your turn.
Theos does what he does best. Attack.
Woo! 17. Roll for damage. 8 damage. Okay. After parrying the blow, you...
We're also going to use action surge to go.
Ooh. Okay, go ahead. So you'll roll another attack.
Do you agree with my action surge?
So you're, as a fighter, you can use your, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to look it up real quick. You can use your bonus action to make the second attack.
He's metered out, and I'm not entirely sure if it's on purpose.
Oh, yeah, no, that's my fault. So, yeah, go ahead. So if I'm not mistaken, as a fighter, you can use your bonus action as a second attack. So then this, you'd be able to do 3 if you used your action surge.
Correct.
So go ahead, you make another attack. 16, roll for damage.
It's 9, and then I can use my bonus action for another one.
Okay, so you did 9 damage. And then you can make one more attack. And that'll be the use of your action surge.
Are you ready for the third act?
Yep. Oh shit, I figured out what I'm doing. So anytime I'm minusing health, because the minus is the key that I'm using to mute the mic in Discord. I might be doing it in stream too. Shit, my bad. No, it's only doing it in Discord, but that's what's causing that. So, yeah, you can go ahead.
Gotcha.
I gotta use a different key. I didn't realize that the hotkeys were messing me up.
Oh, that damage, though.
20 and 9 more. Outstanding. So with a flurry of blows, you strike into the spider once, twice, a second time, just you know, or a third time, excuse me, going, you know, first for a leg, then for a body, then one more leg shot, just repeatedly attacking anything that is exposed to you. It tries to move and get out of your way, but you just consistently push and pull at the body where you need it to go. Your trained fighting being no match for this beast. Alright, so with that, it is now the Queen Spider's turn. Okay. It lunges forward, attempting to bite you, Theos. After, you know, absorbing this flurry of blows, it wants nothing more than to see you fall.
So we're rolling a strength check.
God damn, I am doing terrible on rolls. It strikes forward at you, glancing off the shield to no effect. Darvin, your turn.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and run up side by side with Victor here. And I'm going to use my final.
You would be in a tree if you stood there.
Oh, did I? Would I? And also,
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Then I'll use my final level 1 spell for another inflict wounds on the spider.
Okay.
Damn it.
8. You reach out to try and grab a hold of the spider. However, as it has been assaulted, already, it is very alert and very aware. And as you reach for it, it pulls back, hissing and lunging at you, and kind of putting you off balance to where you don't land purchase.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Victor.
Yeah, I believe I will just hit this spider until it stops moving, So I will start with my first attack.
Okay. You
Strike.
you swing down at it, but much like with Darvin, this spider is acutely aware of you guys and has been backed into its corner. It is very very hostile and very alert, and it sees you swing at it and steps out of the way.
Swing harder, puny boy.
Very good. I will hit it with. Then I will follow up with my sheath.
Okay.
About time you connect.
14 just hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
One moment, please. One damage.
Puny boy.
1. Okay.
Yeah. It's a wooden stick. I hit him on the head with it. What do you want from me?
You swing with your sword and miss,
Tap it in the balls, not the noob.
and then proceed to swing with a side
Muscle
motion.
Man, you would rather
Fucking
me
did
use
it
your
again.
tentacles again, yeah?
I gotta break the habit of using that minus. I keep muting myself out.
Possibly. Possibly.
So you swing with your sword and miss. However, when you swing with a side motion using your sheath, you do end up connecting against one of its legs. It doesn't seem to have taken a huge amount, but it did definitely feel it. Theos, your turn.
We are going for damage.
So roll for attack. 14, that just barely hits. Roll for damage. 6 damage. Okay. And I
That's how
did.
you score a hit.
Would you like to move? Or use your
Absolutely
bonus
not.
action? You can't.
We're gonna use. I can't use a bonus action again, can I?
So you could. You've already burned your action surge, and I had to look into it. So I do apologize. You can't make a secondary swing off of your bonus action. So I'm gonna let any of that we did prior stand, but that was my error. I had to look into it right quick while we were off.
Okay, so just action surge, not the bonus.
So the action surge allowed you to swing twice, but yeah, you can't do it otherwise. You only get your one swing.
Gotcha. No, we Gucci.
Okay. So the spider, seeing that it's in a very tricky situation and not particularly doing well, attempts to leap back into the tree behind it. So it'll attempt to jump back into this tree over here. All three of you get an attack of opportunity. So roll.
Take it.
You're gonna take it? 6, 23, 9. As it leaps backwards, both Victor and Theos, you swing wildly at it, but you can't seem to land purchase. Darvin, on the other hand, does. Roll for damage.
7 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Did it like turn around and jump up that way, or did it like jump back?
It attempted to leap back and away from you. So as it was still facing towards you all, it realized that it was in a pretty dire situation and attempted to leap backwards back into the tree where it originally started from.
I want to like try and catch it by the face and then just slam my mace down straight onto it.
Okay. So as everybody swings at it, Darvin, realizing that he may not land a strong enough blow at his current position, he actually reaches out and grabs onto a leg instead. So as it crouches down and springs into the tree, Darvin follows along with it. Once landed in the tree, he actually uses the momentum from the power that the spider was able to use to swing himself up and around and actually land on top of the spider. With a huge, arcing swing, he swings directly down into the face of this beast, slamming his mace into its head. The head crushes inward and concaves and spews out this just nasty liquid as the body begins to slump and fall through the branches. Make a acrobatics check, if you will, for me, please.
Excuse me while I eat shit.
The spider begins to fall and smash through the branches, and fortunately for you, Darvin, you were able to get a grip of effectively the hole that you made. Made a wonderful handle for you to pseudo ride this carcass down the trees. As it gets close to the ground and it ends up thudding into the ground, it wasn't fairly graceful. You kind of just collapsed and fell into the dirt. But with a quick stand up and brush off of yourself, you didn't get hurt for it.
Oh, very good, choir boy. I will buy you a lager later.
Stand up and brush myself off. So that was a thing.
Now quickly, let us get us some souvenirs. I go and I try to see how much of I cut off a leg or two. Is there anything I could recover using maybe survival from the spider that might be useful later?
Roll a survival check. The spider, for the most part, is pretty heavily damaged. It's hard to really kind of piecemeal. You could definitely, as a souvenir, probably chop off a leg. Some of them aren't damaged nearly as much. Some of them are severely chopped up and crushed. However, you could definitely get a leg if you wanted to. Trying to dig around in its head to see if there's anything valuable. It doesn't appear to have anything of worth. The mace slam to its head seemed to have crushed anything on the inside that might have been of value.
Very good. I So yeah, I tried to take its two back legs at least. I figure those are the least damaged.
Okay. It takes you a little bit. I don't know if anybody in the party wants to help.
I'll help out.
Okay. So it takes you a few minutes. It's not too terribly hard. You have to do a bit of chopping. It's a bit a little bit more maybe jagged or brutal than if you were trying to do something fine tuned. But you do manage to collect two giant spider legs.
So I cut one off and I hand it to Choir Boy and I say, "Here, Choir Boy, here is a souvenir of your first proper kill. Enjoy it."
First proper kill. I've been killing these things since we entered.
Yeah, but those were little puppies. Don't worry.
What about the one that big as a horse over there?
Yeah. Details. Here, bring this back to the guild hall. He would be so happy to receive this. I do it
I
all the
think
time.
we'd like for you to give it to him.
I do it all the time. No, I have mine. This is mine. I take the second one. This is mine. This is yours. It's a rite of passage, Choir Boy. Come on now.
I'm just gonna
But
hold
it's
on
not
to this
dead.
to beat something with it.
What was that, Muscle Man?
It's not dead. Double tap method.
I mean, you're more than welcome to sit there and play with the spider.
Are you-
clips if it makes
What
you feel
exactly is double tapping?
Do you wish to strike the spider?
Yes.
Okay. Roll for attack. Okay. You take your spear and lunge forward, stabbing the carcass. It shifts slightly. You punctured a new hole. It starts to spew out of that hole.
Well, kill confirmed. Ha.
I would imagine that, it not having a face probably would have been the kill confirmed. But
you can never be so sure, Choir Boy. Always good to double check, yeah. I suppose we should return with our spoils. Unless anyone else wants to take a piss in the forest while we are here. Or if you want to stick around for some sexy time, yeah, I start gyrating my hips.
I'd rather if you knew the way out, lead the way out. Because I am actually relatively lost right now.
That is a good point. I should probably roll a survival check for that, yeah?
You just gonna start rolling on the ground.
Are you guys ready to leave?
We're ready
Yeah.
to leave.
Okay. You don't need to do a survival check. The clearing that was made both from chopping through everything, as well as just the general, travel itself is not too far in. It wasn't too hectic for you. It'll take you guys approximately about an hour to meander back, past the initial path. What you end up noticing is that the clearing that you enter back into prior to heading back towards the lake actually points you, as you look further, towards the town. That was the path east, had you taken that instead. So traveling back down that route, you get back to the outskirts of the forest and back in front of the woodsmen, who at this point seem to be far more scarce than before. It seems that many of them have probably ended the day, are just finishing up their last task, or have already headed home.
Fear not! I start yelling like at the top of my lungs. Fear not, innocent villagers! These spiders are kaput! No more! Waving around the spider leg, by the way.
There's
Which end are you holding it from?
The not spray part, so all the spray stuff is going all over.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of blood, guts, and ichor that are being flayed about. However, there's maybe 2 or 3 people a little ways away from you. One of them appears to stop. He was collecting up some of the tools and whatnot. He kind of glances up and looks at you. You recognize him. He was the supervisor that you spoke to earlier. It appears that he's closing up shop and he's rounding up any last bits of anything that was nearby. He kind of glances at you, but being the do you wish to walk up to him? You're a little ways away.
Sure, I walk over to him.
Okay.
As I give Victor a good game.
As you guys walk up, Theo's giving an old good game slap on the ass to Victor.
Oh, watch what you're slapping, or you're gonna get me more excited than I already am.
The supervisor, he's he kind of stops what he's doing and he glances at you guys and he goes, "Well, welcome back. What on earth are you carrying?"
Well, this used to be the giant spider which spawned all the other wee little puppies which are attacking your loggers. However, as you can clearly see, Choir Boy over here has smashed his fucking head in quite expertly.
So what you're saying is there's no more spiders? There's no more problems?
9, not a single one.
You might find a couple of small cat-sized spiders in there, but there's a big one.
I mean, that's outstanding. We can handle the little ones. That's no big deal. But you were able to get rid of all the big ones? You were able to clear the forest?
For the most part, yeah, I would suggest some fire to clear out the webbing, but that is for the cleanings, not for the killings. And that is beyond us.
We're not about to light the forest on fire. We kind of need that wood, but we'll definitely
Fire has never hurt nothing.
we'll definitely keep that in mind. Thank you.
You could section off that one little part of the forest and light that one section on fire. Controlled fire.
I would do something about maybe the eggs, which probably we did not think to check for. But I'm sure nothing to worry about. Call us back if you see anything in 3 to 4 months. Yeah?
Will do. Thanks.
We are mercenaries.
But yeah, the queen of the spiders has been dealt with very dead. Very dead, I can promise you this. As this is one of her walking legs, you can see.
Well, that is fantastic news. We'll take care of getting everything else cleared out. You don't need to worry about that. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you for everything. Truly, we can. That's fantastic news. I'll let everyone know tomorrow when they come back that we can actually start working again. That we can start getting these clowns back to
now,
something
if you
else.
If you would like, you can join me for the lager and the sexy times, because I am very excited. I just did lots of killing.
I need to finish getting these tools. Yeah, these tools that thank you again, guys. Okay, goodbye. And he starts
You
to
can finish these tools.
I want to call out behind him. Would you like this leg?
He just kind of goes, "No, thank you. Gotta get the tools." And he just starts kind of singing a random song about tools that he's making up on the fly to very deliberately not talk to you guys anymore because it's all getting really weird really fast.
Come for the sexy times, boys. And I keep going. I go towards the door.
Okay.
Following.
Walking back into town, you're greeted by a far less busy, but still, active daytime. There's merchants that are running around. There's still a little bit of work being completed. There's still a little bit going on, but you can tell that it is it's heading towards the evening, and so everybody's kind of closing up shop. You get a few curious looks by bystanders as you walk through with two.
Are any of them female?
The bystanders?
Yes.
I mean, there's few men, few females, few kids. It's
I
just
take the spider leg and I point it at the first attractive woman I see, and I go, "You see this spider? I killed it with my cock. Would you like to come and join me for the sexy times? Yeah."
she looks incredibly taken aback and doesn't really say anything to you. Just quickly walks away.
Come, choir boy, we must find us some women to come with the sexy times, yeah?
I think
I
I'm
thought
just
the
gonna
choir
go
boy was a wolf.
clean.
Ah, but what about his snake, no?
The
Well,
snake
he
was back
crippled
in the forest. You don't need to talk about my snake.
You left it in the forest. How did you detach it, huh?
You put it in
Skills.
the hole.
Ah, I see, I see.
Detached like the queen.
Oh, very painful.
As you guys make it through the town, you eventually come up upon the Steelgarde Guild Hall.
I leave my leg outside on the
I
ground.
immediately pick it up as I see him put it down and chase after him with it. What are you doing, choir boy? Come here. You must take your souvenir.
I'm behind
to
you.
give to Lucky. Where are you? Here, why did you put this on the floor? What are you, crazy? Lucky, how are you doing?
I don't want it.
As you enter in, you can see Lucky standing there. He's talking to some of the other guild members next to one of the tables nearby. He seems more or less just kind of shooting the shit. It doesn't appear to be anything of dire importance, but he's just kind of, you know, having a conversation. As he hears the door open, he turns and he looks and he goes, "Oh, welcome back, gentlemen. How did everything? Oh God, Victor, that's not a spoil again, is it?"
Great and mighty. I bring you fucking spoils from our great and kill. Choir boy here killed it with his penis. Smacked it right on the head with it.
Wait,
The head on the head.
Darwin, did you kill
my
it with your
mace.
penis? Is that what he said?
I hold up my mace. He's talking about this.
Okay. We might have had to have a discussion about your antics. However,
No, they're his antics, not my antics.
well, regardless, congratulations, gentlemen. That is quite a feat.
I want this choir boy to come with me on all of my missions. He's very good at killing things with his penis.
Is that the name of my base now?
You guys
That's
can
a
take
very-
whatever missions
That's a
you
very
like.
strong thing to call your mace. I'm talking about your fucking penis, yeah?
We'll just label that my base then.
Anyways, Victor,
Yeah, for you,
please.
Lucky. I hand him both of the legs.
He doesn't take them, and they just kind of hit the floor. And he goes, he kind of looks over at everybody else, and he goes, "Victor, we really need to work on less presentation of your kills. That you can always tell the story of the exploits, that's fine, but we need less monster parts in our buildings, please, Victor, please."
You should really try this lager. It's pristine quality.
When did you pick up a fucking mug of lager?
After I heard penis, it just made me.
I like this man.
Darwin, if you don't mind, could you take these out back and we'll find some purpose for them?
Nope, not mine. And I walk past to go upstairs.
It'll hurt your pay to get this left in the room.
I'll walk back out, grab him, and go outside.
Thank you,
Take 'em
Darwin.
from him and throw him in the fire.
You throw spider legs on the fire.
You threw the fire. Did you throw them in the fire? Is that what you said?
I did.
I just kind of stand there, stare at them.
They're very large. Like they're like small trees kind of thing. They wouldn't fit in the fire.
They're like
That's
half in the,
unfortunate.
like like one part of them is in the
It's
fire.
like, yeah, it's like one very small part of it is in the fire, and the rest of it is just kind of laying across the ground.
I pick the leg back. I pick both the legs up, just walk
Outside,
outside with them while they're on fire.
Lucky he just kind of observes the whole thing, and he lets out a very long, drawn out sigh, and he's just. Anyways, thank you, gentlemen, for your assistance. Victor, please, no more souvenirs. None whatsoever, please.
Always, boss. Anytime you wish. No problem.
If you bring another one without strict requests from the job, it'll hurt your pay, Victor.
Why is this an issue? Everyone needs a souvenir.
Nobody wants your souvenirs, Victor.
No problem. I got you. Souvenirs are great for everybody. I understand. I will leave them on the porch next time.
The back porch.
Side porch.
The back porch.
I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Journey's been.
And
Fair enough.
with that, our job concludes. The job was successful. We'll handle the reward and everything off stream so that I can kind of close this up. But yeah, thank you guys for playing. Greatly appreciated.
I was really hoping to get that inflict wounds on that final.
On the big one.
Yeah, I really wanted it.
On a side note, Eerie, we should look for somebody to do.
You cut in and out.
Said on a side note, we would should look for somebody to dual host.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so thank you, stream, for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Like I said, I'll let you guys know the rewards and whatnot. We kind of went a little bit over the mark, so which is fine. But I just want
We started a little bit late too.
Yeah, I just want to try and close up shop. But yeah, so thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens for the next adventure from the Steelgarde. Catch you guys later.
All right, who do you wanna?
Let's do a little hunting. Let's see who's on.
Yeah, I chose the last one. You choose.
Have a good one, Zero. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and hanging out. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Fantasy, Psy, Etcha. Is there any D&D players on right now? Let's do that. We'll see if we can catch somebody. Let's snag up.
Draw closer, you hear thunder. You start to
Yeah, we'll do this one. Copy. It is NPC _ 404. I'm gonna drop it in my chat. Do you have my chat open by chance? Raffle.
Damn, I keep having to do this push to talk thing. The moderator. Yeah, just post it in your channel right now.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. We'll raid that guy. NPC underscore 404. And yep, we can do Eerie Raid. If you guys have X Eerie Yays available, throw those Eerie Yays in the chat. If you have hypes available, throw those Rofflin 1 hypes in the chat. If you don't, throw Pog Champs or whatever emote you fancy. But yeah, thanks so much guys for hanging out, and we'll catch you guys later.
See if I have any weird bounce.